welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of the irae. I don't know if you hear it, but I may sound a bit different. Yeah, I kinda get sick again. So I started feeling worse today, and I have a feeling like this is my last day in this week I can actually record. I have a feeling like tomorrow I won't be able to speak at all, so I hope I can like finish however many episodes I can of this era. I don't know how many is left, but really in exciting times. So let's go with the battle between two hegemonies, two fourth degrees. Ren versus Reinhardt. We'll learn what they do probably as well, because well, they didn't really show what they did, right? So yeah, let's just go. And if you want to help the channel, remember, leave up a like, comment, subscribe and stuff like this, because all of this helping to go with the algorithm. Also watching the episode, the more you watch, the better. Okay, they stand the core of the word. The spear of destiny and the blade of decapitation clashed. Each of our respective strikes inbound with all our strength. It would have hardly been a surprise to see the fight ended with the very first attack. However, the result was different. Even in the face of Reinhardt, I stood my ground and managed to engage him in a fight. Yep, that says a lot. I could neither grasp the extent of my growth, nor feel joyous about finally reaching his level. My heart raced swift in my chest, but only from my pride of having been entrusted with the hopes of dreams of my friends. I wasn't gonna let this scumbag get the wrong idea. You kinda did, yeah. I couldn't stomach the gleaming darkness living within his hellish golden eyes. Did he really enjoy war? Did he truly find joy in the murder? Did he seriously plan to expand further? Even after consuming millions? Yeah, he pretty much would consume the whole, like, Earth, probably. They all had their lives and dreams, people they loved, friends they treasured, and families they held dear. They might be meaningless to outsiders, but everyone had their own stories to tell. Did this beast really take pleasure in devouring them? Yeah. What a logic.
まだ食い足りん。愛も勇気も絶望も怒りも悲しみも何もかも。
But sooner or later, like, Reinhardt will run out of souls because he will just destroy all the humans. So, are we gonna get souls to eat?
鬼畜と呼ばれる罪人も生まれたばかりの血のみ子も我が身を這い回る小さき者どもは例外なく祝福しよう。
He didn't put this berry through, right? Like, he will starve right there. There will be no one to consume.
その物語こそ思考の供物だ。私のベルトールにあるものはそれを代価に支払ってもらう。皆、おのおの良い物語を見せたであろう。私を恐れる者も敬う者も何かを取り戻そうとする者も。
I didn't know the lives of death. I didn't know the lives or deaths of every member of the Obsidian Table, but I knew enough to tell that they tried their best, like any average human would. The one before me, though, was different. Yeah, this guy just dominated them from the very beginning. He's like built different. He's always been holding back. Mephistopheles, the harbinger of the Bulgulin light. He granted false dreams power and glory in exchange for the recipient's soul. He was the Lord of the Dead, reigning over a castle filled with an army of enslaved unliving. Right? Enslaved unliving, sorry. Reinhardt had no place in this world.
確かにカールもそう言っていたな。
Then there was Mercurius. No matter what happened.
絶対に俺が倒す。
Yeah, the problem is Mercurius apparently just left. I guess like Mercurius got satisfied because Mari and Ren got into like managed to brought up hegemony, and they can like stop for knowledge basically, right? Like they did for Shiro and Ellie. This is what Mercurius wanted to achieve, right? For knowledge to have no effect. And then he said like, yeah, okay, I'm satisfied. Ren, you are good to go. Yeah, Papa is happy. Now you just defeat Reinhardt and yeah, all good. I kicked the floating magic circle and sent myself into the air. Though it didn't have any physical mass, it gave the same opposing reaction as solid land would. Even now, it continued to grow. With every single passing moment, I needed more time. I obviously had to stop it to save Humoro, but I think it spread outside the city would also mean the end of all. What? Why? Why letting like the hegemony, like the stopping time spreading outside of the city would mean the end? Not entirely understand his thought process here. Why stopping time outside is bad? In other words, I had to defeat Reinhardt as fast as I could. Oh, he meant, okay, never mind. Sorry, my bad, yeah, okay. Now I get it. Never mind, don't be frustrated with me. He meant Reinhardt influence being spread and killing everyone. Yeah, okay. My power hold for release, my soul density, growing to unknown heights. I could easily tell that my blade in my right arm had become sharper than ever before. It still would put an end to Reinhardt and its ridiculous pandemonium. Uh-huh. We were both at the emanation stage. Our battle was the clash of the two differing principles, born of the two conflicting worlds. What is this, like? It's like a fight of the demigods. Actually, no, wait. They compared like fight with Machina to demigods. They're basically gods at this point. Like this, like Rein can stop time. Reinhardt can do like, I don't know, like bring back dead to life and fight for him. These are like pretty. These are like basically craving of gods. Like what the fuck? How much of the power scaling you can have? All of it. Although I was unable to halt his time, I would never let him surpass me in terms of speed. Yeah, that's what I thought, like, Reinhardt's density of souls is way too high for him to stop it. Also, if you think about this... Huh. Like, Red calling Reinhardt the devil and like something out of this world, right? Yeah, he is like a monster, true. But overall, before he became what he is, before like Mercurius found him, he's been just a human with a lot of potential. Ren, on the other hand, is just like, yeah, have artificial body with the soul of like some guy from the past. So yeah, Ren is less human than Reinhardt in a sense, if you think about this. Kind of. Do you agree? You can let me know in the comments. A realm where they would not exist. Gentle and peaceful days, of course.
私を人から取り除くことなど誰にもできんぞ。
Okay, we're back to this. This is such a cool CG. I still have no idea what their like emanation are doing. It looks cool, yeah, but I have no idea what they're doing. I guess okay, Ren. Actually, he activated emanation when he was like running upstairs, so stopping time was his third degree, right? Not fourth. Unless fourth is actually stopping time, and he just like called Atsirach when he was like running, but he did it like before with Machina actually. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know about your comments under the previous episodes yet, but you can actually clarify this for me probably. Like, stopping time for Ren is like his perfected third degree, or this is the fourth one? It would make sense to be the fourth one, right? Also, Mari looks cool. Clashing and crying blades, conflicting worlds. The condensation of strife and conflict spoke of the malignant nature of humanity.
異なる他者への排撃は魂の根幹に刻まれた人の罪だ。決して拭えん。K もまた私を認められんのだろう。
He was right. Even before I was taken from my day-to-day life, only to be plunged into the extraordinary. The world was still rife with plenty of wars across the globe. Even excluding brutal killings, many argued that with and harbored hatred towards those they couldn't relate to. The world had always been overflowing with rejection. However,
ならば私の内で渦巻くことと何の違いがあるという。
yeah. So, are you suggesting, Reinhardt, that you are pretty much immortal? But we know you are not. So, yeah. Kinda missed that. That wasn't the point I've been trying to make.
殺し合わずに折れないならば等しく我が城で永劫の闘争を続ければよい。人の子は何も変わらん。善や道徳という欺瞞が剥がされ、真実の己に立ち返ること。いや、認めずとも皆が同じなのではないか。力。
Indeed, I couldn't deny the moments I wished to become stronger.
他者より抜きんでる事実に優越を覚えたことは。
I honed my blade to win. That was another undeniable truth.
誰もが思ったはずだ。こうでなくてはならない。
That, however, I rejected with all my being.
胸躍り、燃え上がる血の熱さ。非現実の戦争こそが苦しく求められる人の娯楽だ。歪小な善とやら、取るに足らぬ道徳とやら、社会の規範たる常識とやらが、ケイラのゲットに他ならん。ゆえ、与えてやるのだ、この私が。鉄火に満ちた戦場の風を慰めの妄想に過ぎなかった非現実を私が愛しい者らへ送ってやろう。これを待っていた。これを見たかった。声よ。ケイラの待ち望んでいたものがついに来たのだ。
Rise the Dies Irae.
私はすべてを愛している。
Reinhardt, I think like Isaac would disagree with that statement. Isaac don't really feel your fatherly love, you know? Why, like, how is this possible that Reinhardt is not aware that Isaac is his kid? Like, I just don't get this. There's no other possibility, like, there's literally zero possibility that someone else is Isaac's father. Like, literally non-existence. But how the hell Reinhardt doesn't know it? What the fuck?
故に全 てを破壊する。涙を流してこのディエスイレを称えるがいい。
As our weapons clashed at ridiculous speeds, Reinhardt gleefully spoke what he thought was the truth. He claimed it to be the true bliss, what humanity actually craved. Hubris fit for a god. Destructive conceit, thick with the desire to consume all creation. However, he completely misunderstood me.
俺が言ってるのはそんなことじゃないんだ。
I had no intention of arguing against some pretentious philosophy about the truth of humanity.
ただそこにあったんだ。
Also, Ren have numbers in this like circle here, right? These are numbers. A moment I considered pleasant, right there before my eyes.
優しい空気が存在して、
People I held dear at my side.
だったらそれを
To think of protecting that light.
欺瞞だなんて言わせない。
I lunged under his wing, howling my words at him. The act caused the Holy Lance to go to the side, making Reinhardt back away ever so slightly. Okay, he's pushing him back.
非現実の行為。
That's awesome. I couldn't outright deny that. People's latent wish for conflict was indeed the real thing. However, I could never approve of the world where only that and nothing else existed. How could one feel the warmth of the sun blue skies tainted the color of blood?
俺の好きなものをお前に壊される覚えはない。
ならば
Indeed. Two worlds were consuming one another.
私を破壊してみるがいい。
Try if you can, huh? You didn't have to tell me that. Even if strife was the core of the world, I believed it still held something sacred. Upon landing, I swiftly charged at Reinhardt's flank. Considering that his stance had been ruined by the previous attack, it was unlikely he'd survive this one. But at that moment,
第9公園シュタウフェン
okay, praying the cannons, okay. Hohenstaufen, never heard about them, but I guess this is the 9th SS Panzer Division, as he called them. Part of the dead under his command transformed to tanks, easily 100 in numbers. Each of them fixed their main cannons on me, firing in chillingly perfect unison. So it's like Reinhardt 4th degree letting him to like melt basically the souls, the bodies into like different weapons and stuff. So he's not like using just like soldiers, he's actually using like other things. Is that it? I'm not sure. I fell over and rolled, barely avoiding the curtain-like barrage. What the hell was that?
第36ディルレワンガー
Okay. Before I even got a chance to be shocked, countless bayonets jutted out from below me. I body jumped backwards, instinctively distancing me from the sea of blades. The skeleton army at my feet audibly clenched their fangs as they glared at me with murderous eyes. Or maybe like 4th degree of Reinhardt is just like having like full command over all of his souls, basically. Maybe he cannot command all of them. I mean, he need Isaac to have constantly his 3rd degree up, right? In this other dimension. So yeah, he's unable to command all of them probably all the time. So with the 4th degree he can just like manipulate them at will. Like all of them. So he have literally like legions of souls and soldiers that can fight for him. Yeah, and he's the commander. I think that's the principle for his 4th degree. It's just powered up. I mean, they said that 4th degree is the powered up version of the 3rd degree, right? So basically, he could command the souls in the castle. The castle is his 4th degree. So his 4th degree allow him to command the souls outside of the castle maybe as well? Like people he did not even... Huh. What if like he can like manipulate souls that he consumed? Or even not consumed, he just can manipulate souls, basically, of dead people. Even if they are not inside the castle. Maybe that's his thing. Huh. The skeletal army is my yeah. This was Reinhardt emanation. Yeah, okay, so he's just confirming this, yeah, so he can last manipulate like legions of souls at whim at this point, okay. Using the brief moment, I averted my gaze from him. Reinhardt leapt forward. He snapped his fingers. Okay. A barrage of concentrated Panzerfaust fire rained down on me, leaving little to no opportunity for evasion. Did they make like proper like... Should I react to the anime of this era? Should I watch this abomination? I heard this is abomination, right? Do you want me to watch it? Should I watch it? Let me know in the comments. Would that be something you would watch? Instead, I read it myself to take it head on. Slashes, deflection, dance, or redirection. I used all options at my disposal to weather the ceaseless onslaught. 30, 40, 50, 60. The barrage endured, with seemingly no end in sight. My leap only placed me about 4 or 5 meters above ground, but it was enough for his legion to deliver an attack of that caliber. Reinhardt nonsensically vast military force seems inexhaustible. Waffen-SS, the undead army that once fought against the whole world, had found a home in Reinhardt Legion. Their morale, proficiency, and most of all, the zealous thirst for victory gave me the kind of chills that seems to freeze my spine to core. Even so, that was no reason for me to falter. If I endured what I had counted to be 100 and several tens of shots, as one challenging Reinhardt himself, I wouldn't allow myself to be taken out by an army of slaves. Also, if you think about this, so far, Reinhardt is winning in terms of hegemony because his 4th degree is working perfectly. Meanwhile, Ren is practically using his 3rd. Because he cannot stop Reinhardt, he cannot stop time for Reinhardt, so he's just like moving fast. So he's using 4th degree to stop like probably, you know, the castle to like be fully emanated and stuff, right? Because it's still just spreading, right? He stopped the spreading, basically. So he bought time, right? For fight. But he's fighting in his 3rd degree against 4th degree of Reinhardt, basically. If you think about this. Am I correct? I think I'm correct. Technically, it's true. I had to focus on the source alone, the beast. No army would function without its commander. Suddenly, after piercing the explosion fumes left by the rain of panzer shells, the holy lance of gold headed straight towards me. Okay, now would be a cool time to stop the time, Ren, because this lance is always hitting Trifa might have missed with this, but Reinhardt is totally different story. This thing will hit you. This thing will hit you.
1対1に慣れすぎたか。それでは生き残らん。これは午前の決闘ではないぞ。
Was right. I had little experience in the diversified, wave-based battlefield tactics.
さあ、どうする？失望させるな。
Can you stop the lance? The holy lance was too close for me to guard against it with my right hand. Therefore, I had to strain myself to dodge it. Okay? The desperate shout calling her name was not my final breath. I had more fight in me yet. Okay? Spurred by the danger of death, I gathered my will and strengthened the law I was emanating. As a result, the tip of the lance entered a momentary standstill. Oh shit! He actually managed to stop it for a second. Or for the fraction of the second, it gave him time to dodge. Now's my chance. By forcing my body to bend in midair, I somehow prevented the holy lance from reaching my neck. It was quite a risky evasion, but I didn't have time to be mindful of something like that. Okay? Reinhardt, I'm sorry, but your shooting abilities with the lance are pretty much like Trifa's. Upon landing, I leapt to the side and slashed at Reinhardt, who was still up in the air. He defended against my attack by turning around and letting my blade clash with the lance handle. The power of the impact. But he just threw it! He did not? I thought he threw it. So he just like stabbed with it. Okay, I see. Okay. I was expecting him to be defenseless. The power of the impact filled the air with a booming echo, distancing us from one another. I mean, it's difficult to judge their distance from each other, right? From the writing. So I assumed it was thrown. I landed on the magic circle and momentarily slid on it before falling to my knees. My breathing began to grow ragged. That amount of offensive and defensive, offense and defense was enough to roughen my respiration. Reinhardt's pressure and the severity of his attacks obviously made it hard for me, but the conflict of our emanations was far greater burden on my mind and body. Prolonging this battle was a bad idea. Yeah, like Reinhardt, he probably is not tired of like emanating his thing. I mean, after all, if you think about this, it's not Reinhardt who's emanating this really. I mean, he is, because he activated his 4th degree. But, okay. Let's go for a second and talk about Reinhardt. Reinhardt have basically 2 sources of powers. First is his emanation, like Atzirach, 4th degree, which is this Legion of Souls. He can basically manipulate them at will outside of the castle, whatever he is. And another source of his power is Isaac, who is basically obeying him and emanating the castle into the world, and this will like devastate everything. And Ren is stopping Isaac at this point from like emanating the world. Actually, Rhea is stopping him probably, right? As well. But yeah, like Ren have to stop basically part of Reinhardt's power that is like separated branch of him, while Reinhardt can fully focus on his 4th degree and just fight with it. Obviously, Ren will be more tired with this fight. I need to seal his movements. Like before, I had to exert myself to strengthen my law and use the opening to charge at him. Even if a perfect standstill was impossible, I had just proven that it was effective. Reinhardt, who also landed on his feet, regarded me with an intrigued gaze, while his other troops numbering in millions, gathered around him. I couldn't let him command his army any further. The Waffen SS was made up of almost 40 divisions, yet the combined efforts of only 3 had given me so much trouble. Any repeats of that would put me in serious danger.
確かに厄介だな。その波動。
Yeah, it is. It's OP as hell.
よかろう。では少し趣向を変えるか。
Okay? Into what? His odd phrasing made me raise an eyebrow.
すでに理解したと思うが、私は私のレギオンを操れる。
Yeah, and that's your 4th degree, I assume. Reinhardt directed the holy lance at me and fixed his posture as if preparing to pierce me with it. I had seen the destructive power of this attack with my own eyes and knew of its sheer threat it possessed. However, he was too far away for it to work. The distance between us was a dozen or so meters, which easily put me in the safe zone. He must have been aware of that too, so what was he planning?
銃兵には銃を、砲兵には砲を。各々得意とする武器をあてがい、編成するのが指揮官の妙理だ。
So...
相手に言えば、人を操る手だれ。それに長けていなければ将にはなれん。
Are we going to play RTS now? Is he going to be a commander in the back and he's just like going to like just attack him with like his legions and he's just like going to sit back and like sip some coffee? Reinhard Heydrich had the rank of the general. It was safe to call him the top of the military hierarchy. What about it though? What was he getting at?
故にだ。こうは考えられんかね。その魂、その渇望、我がベルトールに溶ける糸小さき愛児たち。彼らは私で、私は彼らだ。
Okay.
今やどうかしているのだよ。
The holy lance began to tremble as it emitted an eerie sound, filling the air with wicked energies and the stench of blood. I knew what the sensation was. What? An ominous chill rushed my spine. I had a bad feeling about this. Was he about to...
日の光はいらん。ならば夜こそ我が世界。
Bay? Wait. Wait, Bay for the degree? Is that it?
夜に無敵となる魔人になりたい。この畜生に染まる血を絞り出し、我を神聖させる短美と暴虐と殺戮の化身。枯れ落ちろ恋人。ローゼンカバリエ・シュバルツバルド。
Okay, this is something else. Okay. Reinhard can just use any craving, any soul of the people he knew. He said he don't know all of them, but whether he knows LDOs. So he can use his 4th degree to just use any kind of power he ever wants. This guy is a god. Holy shit. Suddenly my body was engulfed by the piercing feeling of lethargy. And this is like extremely way more powerful than what Bay could achieve probably. I could no longer stand, having become too numb to have a proper grasp of my grip. It felt almost as if Reinhard was absorbing all my vitality. So this is the true power of Reinhard 4th degree. It's not him commanding legions. It's him commanding legions and also using their abilities as his own. That's his real power. Okay. So it's safe to assume that we may see other LDO members things going on. We probably won't see Rusauka one because she got sucked into the thing, right? Actually, maybe? Yeah. Is it actually possible that we'll see others? A bright moon sat upon the skies above, growing even more crimson with each passing moment, wherein the other world possessing an unquenchable thirst of blood. Also, one other question and worry is that can he use more than one at the same time? If he can, this is going to be like pretty much impossible to win. I hope that he have to switch between them, at least. I didn't know his ability, but I could never mistake his presence. Reinhardt was using Wilhelm creation figment.
その技は吸収略奪。私のグラズヘイムとよく似た技だが、敵の弱体化を狙うというのはあまり好みではないな。とはいえ、ケイラに敗れ去った愛児の祈りだ。ならば、一矢報いさせてやるのが親というものだろう。
Okay. My fatigue and troubled breathing are proof that my body was being stripped of its physical strength. Okay, so we cannot defeat Reinhardt. This is getting worse and worse. Like, Reinhardt is just he's like out of scale. Like, we just cannot win. This is like literally impossible. Things were looking bad. I began to doubt if I would be able to dodge any of his attacks now.
だが、K は自分で思っているほど惰弱ではない。不当不屈の精神を持って、ここに立った誉れ高き男だ。
Okay.
まだあがくかもしれん。いや、あがくだろう。ならばこそ、念には念だ。
Once again, the Hollands began to dance with the wickedness. It crawled and gathered like a shadow, with a will of its own. Shadow? Rusauka? Actually, he can use it? He can use multiple at once? Okay. Mari, Ren, I thought your power is bullshit. Okay, never mind. Reinhardt is a whole different level. You can stop time, but you cannot stop him. If you cannot stop his time, then yeah, you are fucked. You cannot win against this. Like, you literally have no way of winning. Were they converging the release of another creation figment? Which one? I looked up to see Reinhardt begin the bywords. My being is everlasting, as everyone leaves me behind. Yep, Rusauka, yep. Okay, so he's going to like paralyze Ren with Shadow basically and wait for like he's going to paralyze Ren, also sucking out his power with Wilhelm, and then he can like easily strike him. Wow. This is true like power. Hi, Rusauka. It's been so good to see Rusauka again. She managed to show up near the end, finally. Thank you, Desire, for giving her some spotlight. The shadow leaking from the holy lance branched out like the Hydra and closed in on me. Though this was the first time I'd seen this ability, I instinctively understood one critical fact. I'd avoid touching them, no matter what. Yep, I exerted my body to run around and escape the flood of bird-like shades. Reinhardt's words made it obvious whose creation figment it was. Uh-huh. There's no mistaking it. Yeah. Yeah, this is basically the principle that I thought about like when I was thinking about Schreiber, right? But you've let me know actually in the comments that it's impossible. in a Schreiber like case. But yeah, for Ren, yeah, if he cannot stop the time, actually, then yeah. The basis of this ability was the craving to hinder, not to improve ourselves, but to forcefully bring others to a standstill. I would prefer he didn't compare my powers to something like this. My plea was to sprint, to dash as far as I had to. This standstill was the opposite of all I stood for. I couldn't let it overpower me. I had somehow been able to evade them so far, but with each passing second, Wilhelm Creation Figment made me grow weaker and weaker. The shades would catch up to me sooner than later. And when they did, I would no longer have the strength to repel them. What was there for me to do? Even if it was a part of Reinhardt's emanation, the ability itself was the Creation Figment. By principle, my rule would be above it. I couldn't hesitate. I had to do what was necessary. You have a point. It's Creation Figment, so 4th degree should be above it. But the problem is Reinhardt and his 4th degree is what causing this to happen. So what if every single 3rd degree that he's activating is actually on pair in power of the 4th degree, or at least 3.5 or something like this, you know? This is insane. After quickly turning around, I used the distance I created by running around to accelerate and dive straight into the encroaching sea of shadows. I would be forced into standstill the moment I touched them, and I knew Reinhardt wouldn't miss the opportunity like that. As such, I decided to use it to my advantage and turn the situation around. Yes? What are you doing? I plunged myself into the Nachtserherren. Oh, okay. Into the night of the bay. And swung my blade straight into the heart of its shadowy mass. Although it made the shades vanish like mist, though touching them greatly reduced my speed. As expected, Reinhardt took the opportunity. A rich aura of divinity cradled the spear of density, destiny. Its spiritual power shifted into destructive energy soon to be unleashed upon me. Yeah, you've been restraining yourself for such a long time, you can just go all out now, huh? Advanced. So you want to emanate this like your like thing, like castle, like outside of Earth, like to like actually go into like other planets? Is that your plan? And with that, a colossal explosion of golden light burst forth before my eyes. Can he dodge it? Now he throw it, right? I'm still thinking like when Lance... Because Tripa was using it all the time. Tripa was using Lance all the time, and now when Lance is attacking, I'm like, oh yeah, it's thrown. God damn it, Tripa. It's your fault. His destructive torrent of spiritual power closed it on me without a shred of restraint. He was certainly not lying about that part. I still felt myself somewhat hindered by the remnants of the immobilizing curse, though I could still move. Evasion was a fool's errand. However, I never once intended to evade. My idea was far too reckless to be called a plan, but was about all I had in mind. You're going to strike it? Or block it with Mari? I took on destructive light by using my blade as a shield. Okay, let's see. The ultimate spear. The impact made me feel like I was about to boil and evaporate. My limbs convulsed, my caterpillars burst, and even my eyes began to leak blood. Also, wasn't Lance supposed to like discard hegemonies? Right? Like, it had power like Machina fists, right? Like, it stopped Schreiber for the degree. Maybe, yeah, maybe it doesn't have enough power to stop the 4th degree, actually. That would make sense, right? You cannot stop 4th degree with this lance, but you can still always hit. I couldn't give in to something like this. No matter how many war slaves were following Reinhardt, his connection with them was based entirely on domination and servitude. They could never sever our bonds. Yes, our bonds. I wasn't alone. My clenched teeth began to break. My fingernails were being torn away, and my bones were cracking, but none of it mattered to me. I begged them to lend me their strength. We had to display our religion. A group need far tightened on Reinhardt's army. Oh my god, we are. Oh my. Really? No way. we're. Okay. Friendship is going to win. I heard her voice back there. We've been a team for far too long for us to stop now. Ravaged by the raging gold destruction, I gave my all into summoning them. To make them gather and assemble. There was no need for any flashy phrases. With my own words, mind and soul, I tried to get them to hear me. They clearly weren't the type to lend me and Mary Hogg all the spotlight for the final battle. Really? Wow, I knew them well enough to guess that. And so, moments before the explosive light burst forth. This is convenient, isn't it? It's so convenient. They answered my call in the fitting stylish way, smiles decorating each of their faces. And in that moment the impossible happened. Impossible for him at least. The light from Reinhardt lance had been deflected. Not only that, it went straight for the sanguine moon, hanging far above, instantly shattering the cage of thorns. Oh shit! He just took out 2 things in one shot. Damn! Also, okay, that was just power up, like, inside of him. He didn't, like, summon their spirits around him. I thought, like, we'll get something like, you know, like, them, like, being next to him and just, like, helping him, like, hold the lance. Or something like that, you know? Okay. He considered if that was part of his opponent's plot. If anyone wished to prolong the battle, their greatest obstacle was Kaisuku Bay life-absorbing moonlight, a night of blood-stained roses. As the boy couldn't reach the distant moon, he had a projectile to destroy it for him. It was far too ridiculous to be called a tactic. A plan based on deflecting Reinhardt's Headrich's most powerful attack was pure insanity by that virtue alone. I mean, we have Shiro on our side and this guy can do pretty much insane stuff, so yeah. His strike encompassed all his strength, no doubt about that. No attacks had failed him before. Nor was he at the peak of his strength during past occasions. Consequently, what had just unfolded before him was impossibility. He had known what men called pride, the shock, would have left his shattered into countless pieces. But that was exactly why. Something alien escaped his lips. Of course, he knew full well what it was, and he done it on numerous occasions in the past. However, it was an absolute first. It had never happened before. It was his first time doing it, so it came out apparently shoddy. He wished to someone express his emotions, yet what poured forth from his lips, soaked akin to sobbing. Indeed, it might have been just that. He couldn't tell, or he had never experienced it either. Reinhardt no longer cared. Okay? He only wished to cry, and hoped to be enlivened. His being was a new world, freshly born. Thus the sound leaving his mouth was akin to the infant first cry. Okay. Also, by the way, about because we had like Shiro dead, Sakurai dead, right? Everyone is basically gone. This Mari Road is not going to have happy ending. Like, we may defeat like Reinhardt and everything, yeah, that's kind of happy ending, yeah, no one else dies. We saved the world, hooray. But, yeah, the party not really is going to happen. Actually, it can happen and we may see like spirits or something of Shiro, Ellie and Sakurai, probably, like being around. No, maybe that's what's going to happen. It's going to be bittersweet, probably. Very rolling laughter that shook the very heavens. Reinhard Heldrich came to know joy. It was the first time he laughed in earnest. He watched as the miracle, no, the surpasser that made it happen, erased the devastating curtain of magic and still stood before him. Oh, there's a... Oh, what these chains are... These are the chains that Shiro had, right? Okay, yeah, we have all of them. Okay, his was yet another legion. Okay, okay. We have even Beatrice. Are you serious? Or he have like literally all the kinds with him. So we have Shiro and Ellie. Actually, this is Ellie most likely. Shiro should have pistols. I don't see pistols anywhere. I will assume like chains are just Shiro and Ellie. This is Sakurai. This is Beatrice, or actually the fake lance, so all the kinds. Mari with bunch of animals, like it's probably meaning something. Probably will like someone of you let me know in the comments in one of the previous episodes or in this episode, because I don't know if you talked about this, but I don't like it must be like symbolic of something, right? It's like a symbol of something. It must be. Okay, that's before I'm recording this on separate file, just in case. So I would like to end the episode here. It's been quite a long episode, actually, or actually quite normal, I guess. But yeah, we'll see what Reinhardt will do with another legion, because yeah, I think it's a perfect place to end with the beautiful CG of Ren Legion. The friendship is magic, the friendship is fighting against Reinhardt. Yay! Protagonist powers! This is getting ridiculous, to be honest. This is getting really ridiculous. This is cool. I don't deny it. This is cool. But this is getting really ridiculous at this point. Like, how much of the power level can we have? Like, someone like asked the author of this and he just said yes. All of it. Anyway, thank you everyone for being with me, for watching this episode, and I will see you in the next one. So leave up a like if you like this era. Support me by subscribing, checking my Discord, and maybe become a member as well if you would like to see episodes earlier, stuff like this, or just like support my things I'm doing here. Anyway, thank you everyone. Once again, big thanks for all of you who watched this episode, and I will see you in the next one. So for now, Pocket Watch, it's been out.